Adobe, website templates, stock photography, Canva, and even SEO content have all one thing in common. They pretty much made creating content online much quicker. These also led us to the same comparison that we have at this moment in time, which is the entire world of AI slop. We all had the same things. We had stock photography slop, we had Canva slop, we had website slop. Why? Because once you come along with a new tool, new device, new system of creating something much quicker, leads us to this problem where it gets overused. And again, we're in the exact same situation right now. I'm going to quickly go over this, some examples here, and pretty much show how we're followed a similar path every single time. So let's jump straight on into it. The first big development in this space was obviously the Adobe and the ability to do desktop publishing and creating images online on your desktop. So what ended up happening before the old way was anyone wanted an actual image touched up, had to outsource it to a professional. Then came along Adobe, and Adobe completely ripped this up how it was done. Everyone was able to mass produce updated images using Adobe. So if you needed, a touch up of a video, a touch up of an image, you could literally do it on your own self. What ended up happening is everyone was doing the same things. You see all them pieces of content that came out, thumbnails, all done the same thing with drop shadows, because everyone was able to do it. And pretty much this led to an overuse of the one problem, and again just saturated the entire market and led us to that same old term of Adobe slop. Now the wording may change throughout, but you're going to see throughout this entire video that we're going to follow an exact, I suppose, similar pattern. If anything, history hopefully shows you more of where we're going down the road with it all. Now, if we move on from Adobe, if we look at number 2, which is website templates. Now, this is still probably a problem at this moment in time in 2 ways. One is people are still being charged a small fortune to actually have website templates. But what happened is it took probably months to create websites. You had to outsource it, had to be a developer, had to manually code it all. What happened? WordPress came along, they came along with their templates, and again we had an overuse of templates. This again led to an overuse of them, which automatically meant it was AI, it was slop, it's website slop. You can see the pattern, you can see the picture here is the user would come along, a small business owner would come along and they realize I need a website. They load up WordPress, they can pick from their hundreds of websites and templates that they have there, and again bring it over. And again, everyone out there was doing the exact same thing and creating all the similar style content, which again was just overused. If we go on to number 3, which is Canva, and this is probably the most recognizable one over the last, I suppose, 2 years now at this moment in time, is Canva templates. So everyone again was doing the same thing, going along creating content, would then package it up and potentially either 1, sell the templates, or 2, you're just using Canva templates. Again, if we focus on YouTube as an example, you have the same generic templates for all your YouTube thumbnails. You have templates for social media posts. You have, there's loads of different types of templates you were used. And again, everyone was just using the same templates, never really doing anything else with it, and pretty much left us in the same position where everyone was sick to death of actually looking at, I suppose, Canva templates. You know, we were getting treated to the same fonts, same layouts, same illustrations, everything was the same. And again, it was just made a simple process that was a little bit tougher, much easier. So if we draw, I suppose, comparisons between the Adobe and Canva and how that kind of timeline progressed. We originally had creating graphics, creating images, a person had to manually do it, maybe draw it out, something like that. And if it's the case you're wanting a photo, again, had to be a photo shoot done to get your photo. Now what happened is Photoshop came along and made that a bit easier. Canva came along and even made it easier again. So what ends up happening is you have an overuse of the same similar product. And again, we're going to go through that cycle with AI. If we go on to the final one, I suppose, which is just looking here, which is SEO content. For a long time, businesses have used outsourced SEO farms. So what ends up happening is they were mass producing these little newsletter things, and these were used to help either one, get local and SEO traffic. And again, you can see what happened is it was overused. Again, it became just slop. And I think you can start to see the pattern that's building out here in this, hopefully in this video, of the comparison we're in at this stage now with AI and obviously with all those that I just mentioned. Every single one of them went through the exact same process of being hard to do something. Came along, an example of Canva made it easier, which meant every user can turn around and start doing it. The problem is that user was never really good at, let's say, graphic design. In turn, leveraged the templates and ended up just creating Canva slop. So if you're sitting over there and you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, look, AI slop is everywhere. And I said, I've seen this over the last, I suppose, 2 or 3 weeks of the amount of hate that goes against AI content. And unfortunately, when you look at it and you look at those comments and you dive into their accounts, almost every single one of them are from that same, I suppose, industry where it's graphic design, image design. But every one of them, people are still using tools that originally would have been approached the same way. If we just focus on graphic design, for example, years ago, to do graphic designs, you had to draw it out, you had to manually do it, you had to put in the heavy work. Then came along Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and straight away that meant doing something like graphic design became easier. Now, it doesn't replace the actual person that's doing the graphic design, but it makes it easier. And we would have had the same group of people arguing that if you can't do it by hand, don't do it by computer. And we have the exact same scenario playing out now in terms of AI. If I can't do it by hand, don't do it by AI. So you kind of have to just get over that. People have to just get over it as well. It's how the actual end user is using AI is the big difference here. So look, just to kind of recap, AI slop is everywhere, Canva slop is everywhere, and basically it comes down to the key fundamental thing here is human slop. Human slop is everywhere. You know, it's simple and straightforward. Use AI the way you need to use it for your business. You be the human at the end of it. Do not let AI just do absolutely everything and just let it run off and run your business for you. You do a lot of the work for it, but get it to do a lot of tasks inside of a job flow that makes your life 10 times easier. So look, again, this is a new type of video I'm playing around with. If you're interested in like this, let me know in the comments below. As I said, it's just something different to see how it goes. So as from that, thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.